الإسلام أعزائي المستمعين ديانة عالمية. حيكون معنا اليوم شخص ما يتكلم اللغة العربية، أمريكي ومسلم. حتشوفوا كيف حيتكلم وكيف أسلم. الإسلام ديانة عالمية.
ليش هيب هوب / رمضان مع حسان.
أعزائي المستمعين رجعنا معاكم في برنامج ليش هيب هوب. And of course right at the top this is a big shout out again to Miss Haley Mars. Hopefully you hear it this time and hopefully you record it. Miss Haley Mars all the way from Dubai via Lebanon via States. So salute to you and big up to you, mashallah. Ladies and gentlemen, like we've been talking for the past 2 days on Twitter, our guest in this segment is someone inspirational to me. Is someone inspirational should be really for anybody. George Green, and I can't talk a lot about him. We're going to be talking to him, inshallah. He's live with us. George Green, actually, aka Ibrahim Khalil, is converted to Islam, and he was actually Jay-Z's, tour manager, and a lot of more people, whether it's 50 Cent, Fat Joe, Rockefeller, the whole group. And George Green converted to Islam, and of course, the discussion. We're going to be talking to him right now, and this is a huge honor. We're going to say, Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Ibrahim.
Wa alaikum salam, brother.
It's good to have you on Saudi Wavelength. I believe this is your first interview on any Saudi station. Is that right?
Actually, it is. Yes, it is.
MashaAllah. So this is a huge honor to me, myself, and of course, my show, which is called Why Hip Hop. Brother George, or Brother Ibrahim, I'm going to call you. A lot of people are tuning in, and the Twitter is kind of going crazy. Everyone wants to know, was there one thing that made you convert to Islam? I know you made a trip to Mecca about a couple of years ago. And just tell us your story, Brother George, Brother Ibrahim, afwan, and we'll be really honored to hear you. So the air is yours, sir.
MashaAllah, brother. First of all, I want to thank you for having me as an honored guest on your show, and I commend you for getting the story of brothers like myself out to be inspirational in the deen of Islam. And I'm just super thankful that Allah has guided me to Islam, and Allah has willed me to live to share my story and touch so many non-Muslims and Muslims' lives. And,
yes.
I'd be happy to share my story. It's a long story, so I try to be as brief but detailed as possible
Amazing.
So it can make sense.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah.
But basically, for a long time, I grew up in a Christian family. I was raised by my grandmother, raised by in a very destructive but broken family. My mom didn't raise me. My mother is from another country. My mother is from France. My dad is black African American. My father was involved in street life, women, selling drugs. So my grandmother basically took me in and tried to instill the core values of that she were taught, and instilled moral values and everything that she saw fit as a grandparent to try to help me have a survival kit to survive out here in the world. And my grandmother was a very devoted Christian who she actually passed away last year. May Allah accept her good deeds.
May Allah accept her, and mashallah, she's definitely, may Allah rest her soul in power. She's mashallah, that's amazing. Yeah. Go on, sir.
Yeah, so basically, over time, my grandmother was out working and trying to find a way to feed her family, because she was a widow, as well as trying to take care of grandchildren, her own children. So she wasn't home a lot. So of course, I was influenced by the streets and influenced by other people who I looked up from our community in an urban environment. When you're raised in an urban environment, the streets and the women and the jewelry and the clothes and the fast lifestyle appeals to a young brother who has no real no one really at home to guide you. So I started to appeal to the people in the streets, and I started getting in quite a bit of trouble and a lot of fights, I started carrying guns. I started to dibble and dabble in quite a few things, and I was a good athlete. So my grandmother was like, we have to find a way to take your interest from the streets and this lifestyle of that can wind you in jail or graveyard.
Right.
So we have to find a way to channel your energy somewhere else. So basically, we came to the conclusion to send me to another state to go to college, and I went to college. Alhamdulillah, Allah allowed me to finish school. I received an English and a psychology degree, and I was an athlete. I played American baseball my whole life.
Wow.
Received an injury in college. During those years, I used to intern at multiple huge record labels for fun, with no interest in working for a record label, no interest in becoming a part of any of that. I was just a fan of the artist, and I used the internships just to for social situations and for just for free music.
Right.
So what happened is once I came home from completing my college degree, I had made relationships over the years of interning, and I had, built relationships over the years, and people noticed that I was home, and everybody was like, wow, George, are you interested in interviewing and working at Rockefeller? And at the time, I was like, I'm not really interested in working at a record label. That wasn't really my interest. But I took the interview. I did well. I started off with from an intern to doing promotions to being assistant national director of marketing, branding, and promotion.
Wow.
And it went to tour management.
Wow.
So from there, Jay-Z asked me to tour with him. I toured with Jay-Z. The rest is history. I traveled the world with Jay-Z, Kanye West. I've traveled all over the world with brothers like Jay, Kanye, Akon, 50, Snoop. I've been to over 60 countries.
Mashallah.
I've actually been to all 50 states. I've lived a very, very upscale lifestyle for many years, from everything you can think of, private planes to drugs to the latest fashion to jewelry to endless amounts of money to lifestyles with the rich and famous. So
yeah,
it was a very, very, very materialistic lifestyle that I just assumed was success. I felt that was my success. I misused it. I was a very arrogant, but just kind of I lost sight of who I was as a person. Like I just was very arrogant. I created a lot of problems with people all over the world because of arrogance. I had fights. I carried more guns. Became more unaware because I was every single day doing a lot of drugs, drinking, because I had so much access to this stuff, so many, parties and beautiful women. This was an every single day affair. This wasn't just a 1-2 day, because whatever lifestyle the celebrity lives that I'm traveling with, I'm living the same lifestyle.
What has opened your eyes, Ibrahim?
Well, over so many years of living that lifestyle, I started to ask myself, I wasn't fulfilled. I started to ask myself, I didn't feel like I had accomplished anything with this lifestyle and this celebrity status. So I started to question everything, and I started trying to seek God. I didn't feel any substance in my heart, no taqwa. I didn't feel anything. I just felt lonely and I wasn't challenged anymore or satisfied. So I started to seek Christianity through my family and my grandmother, and it didn't bring me any fulfillment. I started to seek the Hebrew Israelites. That didn't bring me any fulfillment. I started seeking African traditional religions. That didn't give me any fulfillment. And Islam, I never had even thought about one time. But what happened is, I went on a tour to the Middle East in Dubai, actually around maybe 2006.
Yeah, I think, was it with Fat Joe and Black Violin, I remember, right?
Fat Joe, Black Violin, Akon.
Yeah.
And I noticed I heard the Adhan go off for the first time, and the sound of it was so beautiful. It just left me intrigued. I was just curious to what it was, and for it to go off over the entire city was impressive, and I was just asking questions, and I've seen most people headed to the masjid to make salat, and I was curious. I asked, can I go over and
sorry, Brother Ibrahim, was that the first time hearing the adhan?
Yes, it was.
MashaAllah. Okay, go on.
So, a brother invited me in. I went to the masjid. I told him I wasn't Muslim, but I was just curious to see what Muslims, how they pray and what they do in the mosque. I've never been inside one. So when I went in, I was so intrigued by sujood and by the prostration of Muslims to prayer, because I had realized that bowing and touching the floor with your face and forehead and nose was the lowest point a human can go in the physical form.
MashaAllah. Wow.
And I thought that was very impressive. I was like, wow, this is very impressive. So it left intriguing. I became more intrigued at how impressive that was. So after I left there, I started asking questions about Islam, and I asked a brother at my hotel, would he give me basic knowledge about Islam to take back to New York? Came back to New York. I sat on it for a few years because I started weighing in. The peer pressure started kicking in. I started thinking of like giving up the lifestyle of drugs, women, celebrities, this lifestyle for Islam, which was something that we're all a little bit afraid of the unknown. I didn't know what exactly entailed being Muslim. So the unknown had me fearful. Then I was afraid of I was like, well, I didn't want to give up my culture to embrace walking around in thobes and jalabiyas and different cultural Islamic head garments. And I was like, that's not my culture. I'm not from Saudi Arabia. I'm from Harlem, New York. So I was just like, I don't know if I want to do that, because nobody in my neighborhood looks like that. So why am I going to do it? So it was a struggle for quite a few years. And I struggled with being from New York and being in a city where I won't say everyone, because then that'll generalize it, but many people have so many misconceptions of Muslims from 9/11. It's very sad. So, the peer pressure of you leaving and people yelling and cursing you and, Muslims this, Muslims terrorists. It was a very scary feeling to want to embrace, give up this for that, because the unknown was frightening to me.
Right.
So I continued to sit on this for several years, and I accepted Islam in 2011, April 30th. So what happened is, around that time, I had a dream. In this dream, the dream was so vivid and so real. And the more I started learning basics about Islam, I started making friends with Muslims. I started going around the mosque, and I still was a little skeptical because I felt pressure. I felt a lot of Muslims were constantly trying to force me to embrace Islam and not really making me feel comfortable enough. And I'm just like, dude, I'm coming to learn. I don't want you verbally assaulting me every day with oh, this is haram, you should do this, you should accept Islam. It wasn't helping. So I was just kind of like, dude, I'm coming to just watch and learn, and I'm very interested, but I don't want the pressure because you're going to make me run away.
Right.
So eventually, I had this dream, and this dream, it was so vivid, it was so real. I was in I have no idea where I was. Everything around me was white, almost like you're looking out into a sea of clouds, to where you almost need shades on or cup your eyes to look ahead of you because you can't really see. And as I'm looking, I don't see anything but just white. It's so bright I can barely see in the dream. And as the dream started to kind of unfold a little bit, I noticed hundreds and thousands of Muslims all around me. I'm seeing them from the back. I can't see anyone's face. I just see everybody praying, making sujood and everything. And I was like, yo, where am I? And I saw Muslims just praying and praying, for miles and miles away. I didn't see nothing but Muslims. And I woke up instantly, and I was looking around, and so the dream was so real, I thought that I was still in the dream. So when that happened, I called a friend of mine who's from New York as well, and he's a born Muslim, practicing Muslim, and we went to college together. And I asked him, how do you accept Islam?
Wow.
And I said to the brother, I said, hey, I'm taking a flight in the next few days I'm flying into Baltimore, but into D.C., and from D.C. I have a 5-hour layover, and the brother now lives in the Washington, D.C. area.
Mm-hmm.
He picked me up. Brother drove me to the masjid. I was a little frightened at first because I was like, I don't know, like I'm really about to do this. Like, I don't really know what to expect. I was nervous. I left. I was like, give me a minute. Let me think about it. I don't know. So eventually the brother helped me, influenced me to continue to move forward, and I accepted Islam. And
you said the shahada in the in Baltimore, right? Am I right?
I said the shahada in the Virginia area, right outside of D.C.
Wow.
It was in a mosque in Virginia because D.C., Baltimore, Virginia are all in the same area.
Brother Ibrahim, how did you feel after you said it? Like directly, do you remember? Like 1 second after you said it.
I was crying uncontrollably, and I had no control of my emotions. And countless brothers were lined up, hugging me and greeting me and welcoming me to Islam. And brothers were putting gifts in my hand, books, gifts, money, and I had never felt that way before. And alhamdulillah, 2 years later, I'm Muslim. There you go,
sir. Wallahi, I'm all goosebumps every single hair in my body. MashaAllah, sir. Alf Mabruk, we say, of course, and welcome. I'm not gonna say welcome. I'm gonna say, like, you actually your story is inspirational. You know why, sir? Because a lot of people have experienced that lifestyle, but yet when they convert to Islam, they become. Because I know you're still you're still open minded about the music industry in a way, and the art, and how art can bridge cultures in so many ways. And with your story, it's really inspirational. I'm actually like you're the second guest today. I'm standing in the studio, sir, for you. So salute to you, sir. Really, much love.
Thank you, brothers. I'm really thankful.
Do you still have more time? I just want to go for a quick short break, and I want great.
Continue.
So it's radio. We have to get our salaries, and great. So we're just gonna go for a short break, and we'll be back continuing and finishing up with the one and only. A lot of people on Twitter, sir, are going crazy. Let me just say, Marwan Bukhari is saying a big respect to Brother Ibrahim, inspirational story, converting to Islam and giving up his previous lifestyle in New York. And a lot of people are tuning in, and they're saying big up to you, Ibrahim. So we are so happy to have you on the air with us on Saudi's first FM hip hop radio show on Saudi Wavelength, and you're a brother, man. We're just gonna go for a short break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us, yeah, Ibrahim.
Thanks.
رمضان في أحلى ليش هيب هوب /رمضان مع حسان.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Laish Hip Hop, which means why hip hop in English, in the Saudi's first FM hip hop radio show. We have a special Ramadan segment. We are very delightful to have the one and only Brother Ibrahim Khalil. Assalamu alaikum again.
Walaikum salam, brother.
Thanks for waiting on us, sir. And again, I want to thank you for your time. A lot of people are really getting inspired with your story. My next question would be, sir, and I'm talking to you as a person, as me right now, as Hassan. I'm a young Saudi citizen. I do not look Arab. I have blue eyes and bald head and stuff like that. I speak English fluently, better maybe than the average, Saudi. And unfortunately, I get calls like, cold names, really, like non-Muslim and stuff like that. And this really hurts me. So seeing a brother like you right now on the wavelength, you're talking about converting to Islam. Your mother tongue is English. You speak English language, and you're Muslim. So Islam is not about any nationality, is it?
Nah, brother. There's several things that I had to learn once I embraced and accepted Islam. Islam is the dress of a Muslim has nothing to do with the actions of a Muslim or the intention of a Muslim. And that was a very important point that I made. Like when I accepted Islam, I wasn't willing to accept the dress and all of these people with all these different minhages and all of this. But my thing is like, you know, when people always come to me and everybody wanna say they Salafi, they Nation of Islam. I say, brother, I'm Muslim. That's it. I'm Muslim. I'm not here to try to defend, you know, what set of Islam I follow, or what part of the world I'm from. I represent Islam by my actions. That's it.
Amazing.
I'm not here to.
Sir, again, I salute you for that. This is the kind of message we want to spread. I want to ask you as well. In what way do you think that, you know, because I'm a big advocate of bridging cultures, and a big advocate through the music, we can bridge cultures so many, especially between, for example, you know, East and West, of course. How do you feel? What kind of role does music play, or especially we're talking about hip hop, since it's it's a culture, it's a voice of the voiceless. It started in New York it was a voice of the oppressed. What is your take on that, Brother Ibrahim?
I'm a product of hip hop. I'm a product of the music. I'm a product of all of these things that you speak about. And music is one of the biggest tools of influence. I'm like a person that realizes that through music it influences, and through music it also has a flip side. It can be different things attached to it. I know brothers who use music as a tool of dawah, and you know, they have powerful messages.
Yeah, shout out to brother Kadir Latif. I know you guys are good friends.
Yeah, brother Kadir Latif. I'm sorry, I got tongue tied. Very good friend of mine, beautiful brother.
Yeah,
and, he, you know, but music is a tool of influence, and you know, by me coming from that lifestyle, I get a lot of flack. Brothers always are ridiculing me, and everybody wants to debate if music is haram and if music is not. Right now I have a stance. I've read the hadiths. I've spoken to scholars who said it's haram. I've spoken to scholars who say it's not haram. I have a different stance on it. I'm sure some people won't be happy with my stance. Some people will be like, you know, it's cool. But for me, am I still guilty of listening to music? Yes. No Muslim is perfect. I never once said that I was a perfect Muslim. I'm guilty of it because sometimes listening to music for me has been sometimes it's helped me in certain ways, but at the same time, I realize that music can be a source of entertainment. And music, I'm not going out trying to live this lifestyle of the music that I've listened to in the past anymore. I'm not going out trying to, like, you know, slap girls, sell drugs. So, I'm not influenced by this music anymore. I'm not influenced. I live the lifestyle that the music perpetuates. I've already lived it. And now I'm not influenced, you know. Even if I cut the music out of my life completely, there's still other things as a Muslim that I have to work on as well. So one thing at a time. I'm not trying to.
Of course, of course. And it's like you said. It's like you said. No Muslim is perfect. No human is perfect. Only Allah is perfect. Allah al-Kamal. Brother Ibrahim, really. I'm not. We can have an hour discussion with you, but I would want you to promise me something, sir, live on the air.
What's that, brother?
When you come next time to Mecca, please give me a call, man. Let me know. I would like to meet you, get you in the studio, hopefully, and you know, and hopefully, and which the amazing thing is, hopefully, we're trying to bring you down here and have a cultural talk with our artist over here. I'm just gonna end quickly by saying, our artists in Saudi, we have a lot of hip hop artists in Saudi Arabia, and a lot of them need to, like, maybe some of them need to grow and stuff like that, and even like elevate in the mind. What is quickly your message to them if they want to make it in the hip hop scene, or they want to make it in terms of copy paste? Because we have a lot of copy pasting. You know, they trying to copy what's happening in the States, and we are Arabs. We are people. We are not Americans, so they have to just, you know. This is my message to them. What is your message to them if they're listening? From Brother Ibrahim Khalil.
Well, to be honest with you, brother, I'm not really active too much at all in the music scene, and I know things change quite a bit.
Right.
and that's just the honest truth. So I don't really know all of the things that it's taken to really create and develop an artist as much anymore as I used to, because I haven't really been active. But what I can see is that it's really the social media is the strongest way of really. Social media and blogs are the strongest ways of promoting yourselves and putting yourselves out there in front of people to hear you, because the internet is the most powerful tool to allow your music to be in front of millions of people at the click of a button over the internet. And I suggest YouTube videos, because we as people, we're hands-on. We like to see, touch, taste, and feel. So it's like people hear whatever you're playing, and then you're putting out many videos and YouTube channels and all of those kind of things. Those are things that I suggest, but as I said, I'm not really that active into the music as much as I used to be.
Brother George, yeah, this is amazing. Sir, Brother George, people can reach you, of course, on your amazing website, IamGeorgeGreen.com, right? And of course, it's
I have quite a few things. I have my website is IamGeorgeGreen.com.
Mm-hmm.
My Facebook is Facebook.com/George Green Speaks.
Yes.
GeorgeGreenspeaks.
Right.
I have Twitter. I have Instagram is George Green Journey.
Amazing.
But it'll be great if some of the brothers in Saudi would bring me out to do some lecturing, man.
Yes, we will.
Kids out there.
We will definitely. I'll definitely be working with the guys to do this. Hopefully, sir. Again, any last message you'd like to say to the people who are listening worldwide right now? We are exactly 1:30 a.m. here in Saudi Arabia, and what kind of message is the ending with you, sir?
I just want to say, man, to all Muslims, man, we have to come together better as an ummah and do less talking and less trying to pretend like we're scholars, and do more dawah and do more for our communities and give more shahadas, because there's so many misconceptions of Islam, man, and too many Muslims are trying to correct other Muslims and not trying to correct the misconceptions and the non-Muslims. We need to concentrate on non-Muslims more than Muslims, man, bringing them to Islam.
That's amazing. That's one of the best messages I ever heard on the show. Brother Ibrahim, really, thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you. I just wish you all the best. Blessings to you and your fam and everybody, really, sir. Salute to you, and thank you very much for your time, sir. I'm speechless. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, brother. I'm thankful. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Yalla, salam alaikum. Thank you very much. أعزائي المستمعين، كان معنا the one and only جورج جرين. إبراهيم خليل اللي هو أسلم، كان هو التور مانجر حق جاي زي، حق 50 سنت، فات جو. سمعتوا إيش قالوا، كيف أسلم، كيف الحلم يعني ما شاء الله حكايته رائعة جدا. This is amazing. George Green, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll follow at I Am George Green.